Let's take a look at all the awesome manga and anime that I picked up in February of 2024. Welcome to the unsurprisingly late February 2024 haul video. As always, I'm getting this in right at the end of the month, after the month that the haul is for, so end of March for the February haul, and I swear I am trying to get better about this, but this time it was outside of my control. It was because the last haul from Crunchyroll for February of 2024 got lost in transit. I had to request a replacement, but fortunately, your mileage may vary, but the Crunchyroll store customer service has always been A+ for me. I reached out very quickly. They got back to me within like a day or so, and I explained the situation, and without even questioning anything, they went ahead and sent me a replacement. So it did finally arrive, but it didn't arrive until a few days ago. So here we are, now filming the haul video. So as always, we're gonna go through all the new books that I picked up in order of publisher, from the one I got the least amount of books from to the one I got the most amount of books from throughout the month, and then I'll do the anime at the end. I don't have any older manga releases this month that I picked up, so it's all just gonna be brand new releases. So let's go on into it. All right, welcome back to first person mode. Because the lighting is crap out there right now, we're going first person mode to look at the books, and this time we're doing it from my desk with my nice Yu-Gi-Oh desk mat. So from Dark Horse, just one new release, and that is Cat Gamer Volume 4. It's cute. I don't know what else to say about this book. She gets a second cat in this book, so things do get exciting. It is about a gamer who gets a cat, and she raises the cat using a bunch of principles that come from her experience in gaming. It's cute. I like it. It's fun. Next, we got a couple from Titan, The Great Yokai War Guardians Volume 2. This is based off of the movie the same name. If you're into yokai stuff, this is a lot of fun. It's just a quick action book. I think it's done in 3 volumes, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I think that's what it is. And next, we have I'll Be the Soul Sender Volume 2. This one's a fun fantasy series with great artwork. I don't often show interior artwork on these because I'm always afraid that the license holder will get upset, and then I'll get a strike on my channel, and I don't want that to happen. Anyway, if you're into fantasy stuff, Alpi might be worth taking a look at. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Volume 8. This was in my Lost package, so I haven't had a chance to read this just yet, but I think that it's done at 12 volumes, so we are like 2/3 done. Next up, also, that was from Square Enix. Also from Square Enix is Ice Guy and the Cool Girl Volume 3. This one is a fun rom-com series, lighthearted stuff. Not sure what else to say about it, but if you want a nice lighthearted rom-com to read, this is a good one. It's pretty wholesome. Nanankaru is not exactly wholesome. This is the 4th omnibus of this escalating S&M love comedy, as it says on the front here. 4th 3-in-1 omnibus out of 6. So we're after the halfway mark point on this one. Next up, here are some books from Yen Press. At the top of the stack, I got Elden Ring, The Road to the Erd Tree Volume 2. This is a fun kind of parody of actual Elden Ring, but I really love the artwork here, and the sense of humor is great. I haven't even read Elden Ring, or played Elden Ring, I mean, but I read the first chapter of the first volume whenever Yen Press sent me a copy, and I thought it was hilarious. So despite having not played the game, not saying I don't want to, I just haven't been able to, I decided to keep picking it up. It's a good time. Cheerful Amnesia, I haven't gotten a chance to read the whole first volume yet, but I picked up the second one because I like the creator, so I'm looking forward to getting to this pretty soon. Oshinoko Volume 5, I don't think I have to say much about the series, but you know, another enjoyable volume of this series. Kowloon Generic Romance Volume 6. I don't want to say much about this series because the less you know, the better going in. It's a great mystery with questions that pop up around every turn, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is one of my favorite series right now. Definitely my favorite series coming from Yen Press. And then we've got Tales of the Kingdom Volume 4. This beautiful hardcover collection of this series from Yen Press has been fantastic. It is a really great fantasy type of... it's kind of, at first, an anthology series where each volume had different stories, but then they start tying together and stuff, so it winds up being a lot more than just an anthology. But I really like this one, but both this one and Kowloon have mature content warnings, so just keep in mind about that if you decide to pick them up. Next up, after Yen Press, we've got books from Seven Seas. All right, so I got a couple stacks here and there from Seven Seas. First up is the second volume of Black Knight Parade. This is by the same creator as Arakawa Under the Bridge and Saint Young Men, so expect some great comedy in there, but it is a series about a guy who winds up working at the North Pole for the Dark Santa Claus, who delivers presents and stuff to the naughty kids every year. I've really enjoyed this series so far. Good twists and turns, which was unexpected to me for something by this creator, but it is still funny. I really like it. Candy and Cigarettes Volume 7. I think this one has like 10 to 12 volumes total, so we're after the halfway point either way. I really enjoy this one. Just fun, fast-paced action of an old man and a young girl who are like working as assassins or hitmen together. I enjoy this one. Good time. Yomatsu Hegui, The Tree of Death. I got this one mostly because I was intrigued by this Cthulhu-looking monster creature on the front cover, and it didn't really give much with that as far as what I was originally expecting, but it is an interesting series thus far. So, I don't know. If you want to pick this one up, here's the description off the back of the book that they give, that Seven Seas gives, and you can check it out. It has pretty cool artwork, it's full of cool action, but let's move on to the other books that I got from Seven Seas. Here's the second stack, starting off with Asami-chan is interested in lesbian brothels. Yeah, it is exactly what it looks like, but it is also actually pretty wholesome and pretty funny. Very wholesome, The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. This is a really great workplace romance with a bunch of, not just an invisible man, but a lot of other, like, supernatural type of creatures and characters and stuff. Very cute series. I really like it. And it also is told with, like, teal ink, which I think is really cool. Last Game, a nice high school rom-com series. This one I think is like 10 volumes, so we're almost halfway done with that one. And Sawara and the House of Monsters. This one is a really, really good one. This is volume 2. I highly recommend it if you like fantasy stuff. Basically, she starts building houses, and I really like the way that they show, like, every chapter when they're building new houses for new types of monsters, they talk about what's in there and what they're doing for the different types of monsters and, like, what helps them to have a great life. It's just good stuff. This is a type of fantasy that I really, really love. And Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko, the best way I can describe this book for anyone who's not familiar is it is like a warm hug from an old friend. It feels great. It is one of the most relaxing reads that I've had in a long time. This is the 4th out of 5 of these oversized omnibus editions. So that's it for Seven Seas. Now let's go ahead and look at Viz Media. All right, we're going to do a few stacks from Viz because they've got so many books, but first up is volume 29 of Natsume's Book of Friends. Haven't gotten to read this series yet because there's so many books that are out of print, so I just am waiting for them to reprint because they are doing so just very slowly. And these are the books from the Shonen Jump, or Shoujo Beat line, sorry. Prince Freya, volume 10. Fantasy series, if you want a shoujo fantasy. And then from the Shonen Sunday line, Frieren Beyond Journey's End, Volume 10. This was a great volume. Really loved this one. I don't think I need to explain much about Frieren because it's become extremely popular since the anime. Hayate the Combat Butler, Volume 43. I believe 52 was the end of the series, somewhere around there. But they're only doing like 2 volumes a year, so we still have to wait another like 5 years before we can finish off Hayate the Combat Butler, which is really annoying, but it would be, at the very least, it's not as annoying as if they were to just cancel the series outright, but I don't know, I just wish they would hurry up and throw them out there. I want to end this Love Game Volume 1. I read this book like a month ago, and as I was pulling it out to put into this, I was like, I don't even really 100% remember much about it. I'm going to have to go back and reread this volume before the second one comes out. I do know that basically the 2 characters they both are playing this love game, as the title suggests, where each of them tries to fluster the other person into actually falling in love, but I don't remember any of the very specific stuff about it. It's just another one of those, like, rom-com series with short chapters. I don't know what else to say about it. It's pretty basic stuff. And Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle Volume 23. Here's the stack from Shonen Jump, Akane Banashi Volume 4. I've been really enjoying this one. I'm reading it in paperback first. I didn't read it on the app. It's been a really good time. I was, curious why it got so much attention for a series about Rakugo, but I get it. It's just really well told. Subject matter doesn't really matter when you have a story that's being told that well. Chainsaw Man Volume 14. I am really enjoying the shift of focus for the second part of Chainsaw Man. Have been enjoying all the volumes thus far and all the new characters getting introduced. I feel like part 1 of Chainsaw Man was so fast-paced that sometimes I would not even fully absorb what was happening with the story, but now it's kind of slowed down, and I really appreciate that, and I've been really enjoying what I've been reading. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. This is the last volume of Dragon Ball Super that was released before his passing, or, released stateside. There was more material available in Japan, of course, that we will be getting soon, but the series now is on hiatus. This was the last volume covering the Granola the Savior arc, fighting against the Heaters and all of those characters, and it leads into the new original material where it shows Goten and Trunks in school, and that leads pretty quickly into the adaptation of the Dragon Ball Super Superheroes movie with the return of the Red Ribbon Army. I planned on putting out an Akira Toriyama video this month in March, but just being super busy and also trying to catch up on reading, I just ran out of time, and I still want to do it. Hopefully I can do it in April sometime, but I don't want to make any absolute promises, but I think it's a good idea to kind of let things, simmer down as far as, from the passing and whatnot of Akira Toriyama, because I want to make sure I make this video as respectful as possible about him and his career, and make it my thank you letter to him for everything that he gave to me that lent to my love of this medium. Anyway, Elusive Samurai Volume 10. I need to catch up on this series because I haven't been reading it in the app, and I don't remember exactly where I stopped, but I do remember absolutely loving it. And the covers are always gorgeous as heck, and it's by the same creator as Assassination Classroom. So if you were a fan of that one, definitely pick up Elusive Samurai. Twin Star Exorcist on Myoji, Volume 30, so moving right along with that series, always fantastic covers. And Mission Yozakura Family, this one also I had fallen off reading it on the app, and I don't remember exactly where I left off, but I know that I've read the stuff in this volume at least. This one's a really fun series. I know that I believe, I say I know when I'm like, I actually don't know for sure. I believe the anime already started up and has been airing on Hulu, and I've heard some good things about the anime. Unfortunately, Disney does not do much advertisement for their anime releases, and so I don't think a lot of people have been watching it, but it's a really, really fun action comedy series that reminds me a lot of Katekyo Hitman Reborn. So if you were a fan of Reborn, definitely check out Mission Yozakura Family. And here's the last stack from Viz Media. We have at the top the newest Viz original, Status Royale Volume 1 by Ruzu. This is about basically a battle royale game that comes out and is super popular, and people that play that game. It was a pretty decent first volume. I enjoyed it enough that I am looking forward to seeing what happened in the next one. Children of the Whales, this is the final volume, volume 23 of this series. My friend Colleen over the channel Colleen's Manga Rex recently did a video about Children of the Whales. So if you are curious about the series at all, that would be the best place to go. Also, because of similarities story-wise and with some of the, narrative characters, etc., Colleen said that this is similar to Attack on Titan, so if you're a fan of Attack on Titan, you can pick this one up, but that they preferred it after about, I think, volume 10 or something like that. Maybe it was later. I don't remember exactly, but there's a certain point where they were like, this is better, in their opinion, than Attack on Titan. Those are big words, I know, for a lot of people. Chojin X Volume 5, finally, I think I get it. Like, not that I didn't get what the series is about, but like I get what people see in it, because for the first 4 volumes I was like, this is fine. Like, it's good. It's got good artwork. It's got good action. But nothing like mind-blowing or anything like that. But I get it. As of this volume, I am now the guy in the chair reading the book. I get it. Heart Gear from the creator of Black Torch. So you know it's got great artwork, but you also hope that it's not going to get canceled after 5 volumes. This one's fun. It's, you know, got a lot of robots and fighting and violence and really great artwork throughout. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, I would definitely pick it up and check it out. Way of the House Husband, fantastic. Every volume gives me laughs. I love reading this series. It's very, very funny. If you haven't picked it up and you want something that's lighthearted and fun, this is exactly that for you. He's an ex-Yakuza member who quits and becomes a house husband for his wife, whom he marries, and he loves her very much and just wants to provide for her, and it's just great. Then Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, Volume 13. By the end of this volume, I believe they'd crossed off 63 items, 62 or 63 items on the bucket list, so moving right along with that. And they have 94, I think, items on the bucket list, so there's still room for a few more things at the end. And My Name is Shingo Volume 1 from Kazuo Umez. Fantastic first volume, really well put together. However, for the amount of material that it has, I think around 300 pages, it is a $35 hardcover. $35. That is quite the price point. I believe it could come down to a couple reasons. The license for the series might have been expensive, or, you know, a couple other things. It could be that they are making books like this that they know are going to sell to very specific audiences more expensive, so they can cut costs on other releases. There are a couple things that could cause this to go up in price. The other thing being, I know this is a 6-volume series. This re-release, it was originally 10 volumes, but this re-release is 6 volumes, and some of the volumes are a lot thicker than others. And I think if they keep all of them at $35, you know, the thin ones and the thick ones being the same price point, it might even out a little bit. I don't know. It is expensive. It's expensive. If you're a fan of Umez, you'll probably want to pick it up, but it is expensive. I'm not gonna mince words there. Now let's move on to the final stack, Kodansha. Before we go to the rest of the video, I do want to thank the sponsor for today's video, waltzcomicshop.com. Now, here in the US, we have tons of options of where to shop from for our manga and anime needs. Of course, I use sites like InStockTrades.com and the Crunchyroll store all the time. However, if you are in the EU, you might not have that many options to choose from. And if you're looking for a really great one, let me recommend to you waltzcomicshop.com. Waltz Comic Shop has a great selection of manga as well as Western comics from publishers like Marvel and DC. So if you are a manga reader but you'd like to try something and go over to the other side of the fence, they are a great place for you to shop from. They ship anywhere in the EU. They are located in Germany, but they will ship anywhere in the EU. And if you use the code The Omnibus Collector, you get free shipping on your first order over €40 and more being shipped within the EU. So if you are looking for a new place to shop for manga within the EU, Waltz Comic Shop can be your place. All right, we got a lot from Kodansha. They are last because I had the most from Kodansha. So Eden's Zero, Volume 27 from Hiro Mashima, creator of Fairy Tail and Rave. And I would not be surprised if sometime in the near future that this gets 3-in-1 release, 3-in-1 omnibus releases. Four Nights of the Apocalypse, the sequel series for Seven Deadly Sins, and then the 3 DC books that they're doing, Batman, Justice Buster Volume 2, Joker, One Operation Joker Volume 3. This is the last volume of this one. This is pretty silly. It ended pretty well. I was kind of like about it before, but it had a good ending. And then Superman vs. Meshi Volume 3. This one is a lot of fun. This was my favorite of the 3 series, and I was sad to see it end because this was the last volume of this one as well. But Justice Buster is still going, so we'll see how long that lasts. Next up, we've got Nude Model from the creator of Blue Period. So if you're a fan of Blue Period, you definitely want to pick this one up, but just keep in mind there is mature content within, mature enough that they gave a warning about certain content within the like second page or something, says the short story Girl includes depictions of sexual violence. So just keep that in mind if you decide to pick it up. And then Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. This is a fun series. This release of the manga is my first time experiencing it at all. And I am kind of annoyed that we're like so far behind. I think there's like 20 plus volumes in Japan, so we are very far behind. Okay, next up, this is where I'm gonna have a lot of stuff that I haven't read yet. If you follow my TikTok, you'll see me doing reading vlogs, and I have yet to have read my stack of oversized Kodansha books. So I'm working on it, just not there yet. Bloodblade Volume 1 is one such the book, as well as Blue Lock Volume 11. And the Blue Wolves of Mibu. I am looking forward to reading all of those very much, as well as this one. I haven't read Ogami-san Can't Keep It In Volume 3, and I also haven't read Quality Assurance in Another World Volume 6. Moving on, surprise, I have not read Shangri-La Frontier Volume 10, nor have I read the final volume of Something's Wrong With Us, Volume 19, Eternal Spring, nor Tsugumi Project Volume 4. I believe there's 6 total for this series, so we're past the halfway point, if I'm right. I also haven't read Wand Dance Volume 8, nor have I read Windbreaker Volume 4, and I definitely haven't read Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen Volume 2. Following that embarrassing display of a bunch of books that I haven't read, that was like, I want to say almost half of my current to-read pile was just that. The other stuff just came in March, so I'm doing well. My to-read pile, honestly, is not that bad right now, but I just went through a terrible flurry of books I haven't read, but I have read these. Fairy Tail Omnibus Volume 2. I am rereading Fairy Tail. The first time I tried it, I got to about 18 volumes, I want to say, and I dropped it, and I'm trying it again, and it's fine. It is okay. I greatly prefer Rave Master, but it's okay. And then Fire Force Volume 8. I am enjoying this one. I've already got Volume 9 on the to-read pile. Came out in March. They're releasing this one pretty quickly as far as the omnibus go. But yeah, had a lot of fun with. I'm having a lot of fun with this series. I'm also reading Soul Eater at the same time, so I'm having fun with both. Definitely recommended, and I really enjoy both of these. I really enjoy these 3-in-1 omnibus that Kodansha has been doing. They have pretty good paper quality. The spines like never crack for me. They never crease, they never crack, despite reading them cover to cover. No problems whatsoever. And finally, one more book from Kodansha. We've got so big it bumped into the camera. Vinland Saga Deluxe Edition Volume 1. I already did a full video just talking about this book, so if you haven't seen that video, you can go check it out. If you haven't seen the book yourself, or mess it around with it, open it up, look through it, that video shows a whole close-up look at the book so you can make up your own mind. I try to be as unbiased as possible about the appearance of the book so that you can make up your own mind if you want to pick it up or not. Now, with that, there's all of the manga that I picked up for the month of February, but we do have a couple of anime releases as well. Alright, so first up we've got Urusei Yatsura, the complete 4th set. This is the original series, and this has episodes 150 to 195, so this wraps up the original 80s television series. Between these 4 sets and the 6 movies, there's only one piece left of the original 80s series to be released by Discotek. They've already announced it, and that is the OVA collection, so I'm very much looking forward to that, so we can wrap up the Urusei Yatsura collection. And then Puss in Boots, the iconic Toei animation mascot. Discotek is finally releasing the movies for American audiences, and this is the second of their releases of the Puss in Boots movies. This is Around the World. So that is it. That is everything I picked up in February, and that's it. That's the haul. Is the haul video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that with this, maybe I was able to talk about something or show something that you might have been on the fence about, and maybe now you decide that you're going to pick that up. That's always what I'm hoping to do with these videos. It's not just about me like showing off things that I bought, but I try to read as many new things as I can and talk about as many new series as I can in hopes that I can possibly turn new readers onto it. Whether I like it or not, that's the part that's important to me. Anyway, thank you so much everyone for joining in. If you're new here, I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and tune into some of the videos I put out in the future, or watch some of my backlog of videos. And if you're not new here, you know that I greatly appreciate you spending the time with me as always. I will see you all on the next one. Peace out.